So this is a viewer's request that I'm going to be doing here, and it's going to be on the how I did my trunk area. Well, this is kind of the start. I had a video where I actually bashed the trunk in, and you can see that it's lifted up. The floor pan of it has been beat in. So I kind of started there. This picture is of the deck lid in the trunk. The way about getting that in there was just, it slid in there real easy. You just had to remove the speaker deck to get it in. And what I'll be doing next is, you can see right under the sheriff's logo there, that's where the lights would be. Now in the next picture, I actually went into the back and I made a slit, and then I bent that in, which that looks like that right there, and curled that up under to be able to get the trunk lid further down into the trunk, which you see in this picture. And then I ball peened both sides, and now I'm using a chain with a come along with blocks. The blocks are in there so that way I'm not leaving chain marks in the side of the body. And then I'm pulling everything together so that way I can now weld in my trunk lid. There's another view of it. Now here's where I'm pushing up. I've got a porta power in there, and I'm pushing up on the roof line of the vehicle to get that TP'd effect. Getting ready to start welding in the trunk, but this is the finished view of it. I didn't really do much pictures. This is of it all finished, and it's all contoured around the back end of the trunk. I think it turned out pretty nicely. But yeah, that's the finished product, and I had to cut two 8-inch holes in the back of it. And another thing I would like to add is that rear bumper that comes stock. Yeah, don't ever use that. That thing is like, it's crap. I should know better. That car probably would have held up a lot better if I would have used like a 80 style front bumper possibly. You know, it's just knowing what you can get and what you can't get. You know, I could have got another front bumper off of a 80 style Crown or Grand Marquis. Here's the final look of it after one run. I drive a little too fast in reverse and was having too much fun, but it curled up rather nicely. I would not recommend using the stock rear bumper. If you look up and you see the car to the left, it had I can't remember what year that was, but that was off my buddy's car. You can see that the left side is kind of wanting to bend down a little bit. Now if you look over to your right, you see one with, I think that was an 80 style Vic bumper, and it bent straight up. I don't know, I didn't really go over there and look at that one, but you can kind of see in the picture, you might be able to see the notches that I made on the left frame rail, and it bent there right where I wanted it to, and the right just curled over it. So, but it curled in nice, made a nice little tight pocket back there. And here's another angle of it. But yeah, I'd say the trunk area did what I wanted it to do. It didn't plow, it curled up, and it kind of kept a straight in fold. So, but yeah, that was a viewer's request. So I figured while I'm up here in Detroit on business that I would take a few minutes and get this video stabbed up. Now I'm not trying to say this is the correct way to do it, but this is the way that I went about doing it. It was a vision within my mind, and I think it worked out pretty well. So, you know, take this way however you want, but this is kind of how I did mine. I will probably do the next one the same way, but I will run like an 80s style rear or front bumper on there next time, because it looked like they're built pretty well, and it would probably hold together, other than the 98, well really the 92 and up steel bumper that they have on the back, because this is kind of the same damage that was done on my I think it was a 92 Vic too, and it kind of did the same. So, you know, invest in a rear bumper of some sort that's got a good steel back and steel front, and your rear end should hold up a lot better. It should, you know, you want that C curl in and, you know, just kind of pack in, and then you got a nice little battering ram to use. So I hope you liked the video. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and you all have a good day.